So hello. This I almost don't know how to start this video. I think I probably would have gone. Hey, good to see you, Richard here from BTFI. I'm not feeling that vibe today. So I mean, it's very fucking hard seeing myself on this camera. I think it's going to be quite hard for some of you too, who only know the bearded and haired version of me. So I'm very aware of that me that is looking at me in the camera, and yeah, it's quite hard to acknowledge. And I almost wonder, I know Samson lost his strength when his hair was cut off, but I almost wonder as I sit here if my charm and my charisma and my warmth on camera was all down to my hair. God damn it. And I guess it also feels strange because some of you will know me very, very well. Like for a long time, I'm talking. Some people that go back to school since I was 15, so that's what, 34 years ago. And some of you will have no idea who I am, and you will only be watching this because you've donated and given to us in some way and offered your kindness to us. So, what feels deeply fucking difficult right now is this, and I'm just kind of made aware of it because I see myself in the camera, is this paradox that I'm living in, which is one of being able to see positivity and possibility and hope for the future and the beauty in all of this, because there's extraordinary beauty in all of this somewhere. It's quite hard to unravel, but it is there, and learning and wisdom. There's such deep wisdom in this. So I see all of that, and I see all of your messages that say, stay strong, be positive. I have all of that, and then right next to it, I have this, I guess I see the ugliness and the brutality and how barbaric this disease is. And I see the fear, and I see actually the darkness within it all. And they sit right next to each other. It's extraordinary. And they are unresolvable, in that there is no way to bring these two things together as one to kind of live happily. They sit right here, and every day I'm faced with the beauty and the fear and the shittiness of this. And at the same time, I'm faced with the beauty and the love, the outpouring of love that we have around us. And that's very hard to find a way to be right with that. So, other than me dribbling on, which I seem to be doing, the purpose of this really is to say thank you, because with your help and your kindness and your incredible generosity, I mean, some of it, some people that we have no idea who you are have just given to us, and I don't just mean financially, I'm not talking just financially, just have given us wonderful gifts of love and kindness. But we set out to raise 40k to pay for this treatment, which will increase my chances of staying in remission. The trouble with mantle cell lymphoma is that it tends to come back, and once you get into remission, there's no guarantee that you will stay there. A mantle cell is a right fucker, really, because It's rare. I mean, I could have just got something a bit more, at least a bit more generic, but I've got something that's quite rare. There's only a few hundred people in this country every year that get mantle cell. Trust me to be one of them. And so the 40k goes for this drug that my consultant really wanted me to have that will in some way increase my chances of life. That's quite hard to say. And we've toppled our 40k target in a week. We set out with this last Monday, and we had no sense of whether we would even get near what we envisaged and intended, let alone the furiousness and the pace. I think there's something like, when I last looked, 620 donations, whilst many are from people that we know, many are from people that we have no idea who you are. So we've smashed 40, and it's been an incredible week, an overwhelming week of course, what comes with the money is messages and LinkedIn messages and Facebook messages and text messages and WhatsApp messages and emails, and I've gone down memory lanes of people that I went to school with who have sent love and kindness and messages to go, I actually really liked you at school, and which is quite extraordinary in itself. From people that I did shows with that I probably haven't seen since I was 20. People that I ran a team workshop for maybe 16 years ago that they were a part of, and I remember them, but my interaction would have been collective, and it might have been knelt down by the side of them, and just so I'm so reminded this week of just the power within our presence. We often think we have to do something. I've thought for 49 years it's about what I do, got to do more. And I've completely lost sight of the fact that our presence, to just be with another person and to see them, and that the only thing that matters in that minute with them is them. I think we've lost a lot of that. And apparently I've done a lot of that. So just gone down these kind of like tendrils of memories, and people that I just haven't even heard their names for years, and it's quite almost impossible to absorb it. So Mia, Kelly and I, and Royston, because we must include Royston, our massive fluffy labradoodle, are just blown away by what you have done for us this week. And say the money is a part of it, because that's what we'd ask for, but what we have got at the same time is just this tsunami of love. It's love, it's what it is. And people have told me this week that they love me, and sometimes that's something I guess we think we have to reserve for our partners or our family or the ones where it feels right to exchange it, but we have also lost sight perhaps of telling people who we have a deep love for that we love them. So it's been quite a hell of a week. It's back to the paradox. It's been absolutely beautiful and rich and lush, and at the same time it's been really shit with being at the hospital, the episode that happened last week at the hospital, the drugs. I've got some different side effects coming back now, which is from last year, which feels quite a burden. So sitting with that beauty, and beyond the money, we've also had, we have many people offering us healing, offering me healing, distance healing, energetic compassionate healing circles that are happening that Kelly and Amit have organised. People offering to make us meals, people bringing us meals, people emailing going, what can we do? What can we practically do to help you? And often I'm going, I don't know, because we're still figuring out 4.5 weeks on what the fuck we need to do. So I hope I've replied to all of you. Between us, I think we have to say thank you for that. But an overwhelm of just crystals and gifts and flowers and just so thoughtful. And my candle, you'll see this is the most handsome candle I've ever seen, from the wonderful Lisa who sent that to me. I was going to say as a client, but I've kind of reworking that this week. Lots of people that I would say they're clients of mine have just been so deeply loving, which kind of makes that whole relationship a bit wonky. So I'm at 11 minutes and you might be getting a bit fidgety. So we've smashed the 40k, and I guess in the last couple of days we've gone, what are we going to do? We can close it. But where we've got to, or Kelly and I have got to, and Mia, and we talked about it at the weekend, is that it feels really weird language to use to describe this adventure that we're in, this heroic journey to healing and wellness. Is that we are blessed and fortunate to be navigating it in the way we are, and that feels, a couple of people have kind of reacted to me saying that, but we do feel very blessed, and what I mean by that is we feel very blessed by the love that we have around us. We feel really tightly wrapped around by our friends and our family, that kind of tight inner circle who are there for us, unwavering in their support and love. And this extended community we have, that you are a part of, has just been, it's just almost kind of impossible to fathom it and find words for it. But we feel very wrapped around it. It feels like a really tight container that we're in. And I think what we've noticed is that if you think of it on a continuum, we're at one end of the continuum, this kind of very blessed end. And then I am under no illusion that we're in the minority, that there are a mass and a probably majority towards the other end of the continuum who are managing this barbaric experience on their own, or they're managing it in tiny family units, and they maybe have no money to manage it through, and maybe they are still having to find ways to work and or borrow or pay on credit cards, and maybe they don't have a community and a network and a tribe who are there for them and bringing them meals and offering to do anything that it takes to support them. And I'm very well aware that they will be isolated in their journey. So what we've said we want to do, and I would love to say that we got this nailed as an idea, but we don't, is we are going to set up a foundation called the Willow Tree Foundation. And what we want to do initially is to find 10 families that we can support with some financial gift in some way, to just make this journey a little bit more bearable, and more than the financial piece. I know there are so many organisations that offer care, practical support, but is to offer some of the love that we are getting, to channel that towards them, and to actually be fellow travellers on this path with them. And I have no idea what that means. This idea of fellow travellers keeps coming back. But for someone for a family that we can stand shoulder to shoulder with, who just need someone to help prop them up. So the Willow Tree Foundation exists in some form, and we are going to continue beyond the 40,000. We don't know to what number yet, but we will start to work out that in the coming days. So what we're looking for is 10 families. We will probably start with one so we can figure out how this works and what this might look like, who are suffering with a blood cancer and are alone and isolated and need a traveller to walk with them. So that's what we're doing. We're going to go beyond the 40. We're going to keep you updated with what that looks like and what that means, and what else we need, and actually what your generosity is going to support. So we don't know how we're going to do it. We've got a couple of PR opportunities from people who have contacted us in the last week. If you run a PR organisation, or you have some ideas of how we could somehow put this out to find at least our first family that we can support, please get in touch with us. Please really get in touch with us, because we want to move this quite quickly. I'm aware of how fast this entire thing moves for us, and how fast it will be moving for another family. So I feel like we don't want to waste time on that. And we decided to call it the Willow Tree Foundation because, there are lots of reasons really. It's Kelly's favourite tree, so that's a good enough reason for anything. And I think it is the most, I adore watching willow trees, and I adore watching their strength and their resilience to withstand whatever the conditions are. Actually, as a tree, they are the one that can withstand any conditions and will bend and move and stoop, and they act as they're incredibly strong. Their foundations and their footings and their roots have such strength and gravitas to them. But the tree is able to bend and move and adapt as it needs to, and it feels like that's what we are wanting to create and be and represent, and offer this strength and bending and movement and flexibility to be able to touch right down to meet another where they are. And Willow Tree felt right. So the Willow Tree Foundation it is. So I've gone on for a long freaking time. This is going to be about 7 minutes. But anyway, you might have switched off by now if you're still watching. Bless you for watching. I'm going to say a goodbye, and I'm going to say a huge thank you from Kelly, Mia, the beautiful Kelly, who holds our entire world up, and Mia, who is just the greatest source of strength and insight and I'd say logical wisdom. They are my world. And the Royston boy, the fluffy Royston boy, who I haven't felt well enough and had enough energy to walk for weeks and weeks. I'm looking forward to that. So from all of us, we are eternally grateful for what you have done for us and what you have given by your intention, let alone your money. We will tell you more about the Willow Tree Foundation as it goes on. We intend to continue, so continue to share the link, please. Get people involved in whatever way you can. And if you have a source for us being able to connect and find our first fellow traveller, then that would be wonderful. I thank you. I hope you are staying safe and well and doing healthy things as you start 2022 and as you travel on. From me personally, I just send you a lot of love. I'll see you again. Bye.